This is take 30, 40, 50. Quién sabe qué tanto. I've already been at it for about an hour trying to get this little piece in. I was going to show you the process of putting a flip kit in this truck, but I'm pretty sure you've already seen that process done. YouTube, in person, that's just going to be pointless for me. So this is just basically to whoever pertains to. If you have a second gen 1500 and you want to drop it, because I couldn't find no videos on, because you know you have to do your research. I couldn't find no videos on people doing flip kits or drop kits on these trucks. Just to make it simpler, just buy a kit for a Silverado. It bolts on the same. Everything's the same. The only thing that's different from this kit and the GM kits, because I got this from Max Track and I got it for the Ram, I took it off, is the rear and it's the drop shackle. So I don't know why, but on the third gens, the drop shackles are much wider. So this is the one that came off the truck, more or less. You can see how wide it is, about a ½ inch wider. So me being stubborn and not wanting to go to the parts store and get just a regular drop shackle to make it work, because I don't have another point for the shackle if I can't fit it in no other vehicle. So what I ended up doing is heating it up from the bottom, heating it up, flatten it out as a little bit as much as possible, because you can see the little curve. It would go in, curve in, come back out straight up. Heat it up, bent it out, slide the pin. Well, wait until it cool down a little bit. Slide the shackle, slide the pin, and then got it to where it was more or less flush. And then I just ended up beating it back to where it would line up, and then use the nut in the back to close it just a little bit. The only problem in running this shackle is that this nut and bolt is too short. So what I'm ended up doing, if I do plan on keeping this, is going to work and getting a longer one and having a nylon nut in the rear or in the back. So that's the only issue I ran into as far as with this. So like I said, just get a kit for a Silverado. Everything's the same. The rear should sit lower than the front. And if that's the case, that's good. So all that's done, all that's painted everything to up here to where the oil pan is at. And then once I get the rear of the truck done, I'm gonna work on the front. Gotta work on the bed. So on the bed, we're gonna spray degreaser on the bottom and the front, clean all that, make sure everything's clean, slap it back in there. We're gonna clean the tank. So on the tank, we're just gonna pressure wash this and then clean the heat shield. So to clean the heat shield, if you want to do it just to make it cleaner, you can try with degreaser to get all that off, but it won't work. So whenever I was taking apart the Forest Gen to get the lift pieces powder coated, I just had the truck sitting, didn't have nothing to do. I was trying to clean everything I could, calipers, control arms, just whatever I could from clay, dirt, and road grime. Kept spraying degreaser 2 or 3 times, letting it sit, scrubbing it. It did not want to come off. And then I looked up other ways to do it, alternatives, and this is what I found. So this bottle, I got it from Napa, 20 bucks, I think, if I'm not mistaken, for a gallon. That's the brand. That's what it does. It works good on cast too. Put all that back together. I'm gonna start working on the front, taking everything out, move everything I need to move, cleaning it, putting it back in, have it clean and ready for whenever we tackle whatever we're gonna do as far as motor wise. Front, I did say I was gonna do the third gen. So if I can find a decent third gen bumper, I want to do that, or a fourth gen bumper. We're not gonna do the 2500 like everybody does. We're gonna do the 09 to 12 whenever it was still Dodge. Because why I'm gonna do it is because of this plastic right here. I'm gonna see if I can reuse this plastic with either bumper, but I know on the third gens they actually round off, and here you can see it's straight, kind of flattens out and then rounds off again. So if we can make this more or less mold to the other bumpers, that'd be good. Because if I use one from the 18 on those year models, the fog lights are like this, and it goes down a little bit and then straightens back out and then goes again. That's just to compensate the grill, but the grill on these trucks are flat, so to have all that space, it's gonna look pointless and ugly. So on the 09, it's just same thing, straight bumper all the way around, and it's much shorter than the 2500s, and you already have fog lights. It's kind of hard to find those bumpers because they only made them for what, 5 years, I think, that model. These shocks came off of Javi's Cat Eye. Had them laying around. They're shorter than the stock ones, but you can see they're more or less collapsed, or they're about to be collapsed. I'm not sure how much of that piston is left, but we'll just leave these for now. I'm gonna try to see if I can find a part number Once I find the part number, go online, look it up, see the length, and try to find some that are shorter than that. And we'll slap them back in. Ya se hizo tarde, but I already got it mounted up and everything. Right now it's on the 6x6 to be able to get on there, bolt everything down. Gonna keep it right there for the meantime so I can run the rest of the wires that go back here, that go to the taillights. The only thing I'm not liking is, you know, got 2 fingers right there. Can't even stick a finger, like it's on the actual body. I don't know what the deal is on that. I don't know if it's because the drop shackle, maybe the tank being on this side, maybe it's just a little bit lower, which I don't think it should cause that much of a difference. Well, you could say maybe that's on uneven ground, but you're on 2 6x6s on the flattest piece that I could find nearby. So we gotta look into that. We're in transit to the parts store. We gotta go pick up a serpentine belt. Shit sucks. So yesterday we went to go pick up something for a good deal. Like they say, spend the extra money and you'll be good. Instead of pickpocketing, spending a little here, a little there, you end up spending more time, more headaches. So we just bit the bullet and got something well worth the money. Brought it home, took it for a test drive last night. Everything went good, smooth for what it is. Went to do the same thing this afternoon. Kind of fucked up. Let's just say the battery fell off the tray. I gotta fix that. Cause this sucker low, y'all can already tell how much I'm rubbing on the side one. That ain't good. So gonna take that screw out. I left it in there. It's been in there for like a good 3 months already. Gonna take it out, put a patch because I'm tired of filling it up. And this is how we're looking on the single cab. Gonna degrease this, pressure wash it. Took everything I could off the fenders. As y'all can see, it's not rusted through, but it is surface rust. Gonna reassemble it so it can be on its wheels. Move it around where it's out of the way. Because we got this now. So, story on this, Chingo. Like I said, I did want to do a V8 or a 5.9, whatever I could find for a decent price. I was on my way to Florida to go pick up another truck, not this truck, a different truck for, how much he said? Dude wanted like $400. It was ass. The whole engine bay was full of damn sticks. It looked like a damn beaver got into that motherfucker. But the good thing that this truck, Texas dude about it, he wanted a good price for it, for whatever's wrong with it. Went over there. We're gonna go take a look at that first truck. First truck was ass. Old buddy was still responding. This truck was literally 15 minutes from where we first stopped at. We went all the way to Florida. I don't even know how you say it or spell it, whatever. Callahan, Florida, close to Jacksonville, 2.5 hours from here. So the dish the other truck came for this one, paid it. It is running and driving. It ain't running right now because we done fucked up. So we're gonna take the motor, harness, dash, because I didn't mention it, but that dash broke in its ass. Gonna take all this. This dash looks to be pretty mint. Toda enterita. This, you know, little PB blaster should be solid. Una pinche limpiada, we should be good. What I'm looking at too is that I want to use all the electric stuff. So if I'm not mistaken, these door panels will fit that truck. Shittyard, mira, todo pinche sudado la chingada. But we're gonna go, so we're gonna change the seats out of the single cab. We're gonna do something different. So once in a while come to the junkyard, see what they got, something pretty good. It's in the back. We got some new seats. Well, some $49 seats from SST99. Leather's kind of iffy, but it being leather, being that color, I'm gonna keep them. So the seats are gonna be tan, the rest of the interior is gonna be black, and then I might end up painting some pieces to match the tan color, just so it can be like a Laramie limited theme.